This is Yosemite Creek. Yesterday we started at the Yosemite Creek trailhead and backpacked a few miles in and set up a camp. Today we're taking a day hike to the top of Yosemite Falls so we can look over the edge. What do you think, Roxana?
I love it.
Trail is right there, actually. Right here, it comes right down to the water. We're gonna head this way to the top of Yosemite Falls. It's a fun little junction. You can go all different ways here. This is the way we came in, about 8 miles so far. And all right, here we go to the falls. Coming up to the Yosemite Falls overlook, there's a lot of people. It's a tough 2,500 foot straight up hike. I think America's Parks has a good video of that. And we have seen almost nobody the whole time we've been here. And now there must be 40 people just sitting there, and there's a constant stream of people coming up. And we'll show you the views. Wow, you can see all the way down. We can see a little piece of Half Dome from over here. If you go across the creek and another half a mile or something, you can go up to another peak and get a much better view of it, but this is as far as we're going to go. We backpacked in the relatively flat way. It's longer but much easier, and we have a camp not too far away. These people, everyone else started from down there. They basically hiked straight up the cliff, 2,500 feet. Pretty good spot over there to stand on. That's nice. This walk to the overlook is not for everyone. Holy cow. Alright, let's see. It's a tiny, you get to this point up there where everybody is, and then there's actually the trail comes down here. There's steps and everything, but I'm already terrified. Wow. Then is the top. More. There's the waterfall and what we almost died to. There's part of the incredibly difficult trail up. That's how everyone else got up here. These steps are as narrow as they look, and it is pretty scary. Now I'm back in a safer place to look over the edge. Actually got a pretty good handhold and safely back from the edge to do that. So we're just about to the bridge, and this is where there's access to the river and access to that swimming hole we could see from the overlook, and where all the people are. And of course somebody's got to put their bright orange tent in plain view of everyone. I mean, it is off the trail, I'll give them that much, but come on, you could be out of sight a little more. It's really rude to everybody else. But they're not as bad as the other people. Just down the trail here, we have some other people who are literally camped on the trail. You're always supposed to be 100 feet away from the trail so that every person doesn't have to be walking right past your tent. Come on, do better than this. Anyway, so we took a quick look and got out of here because it's just a crowd. And I really had just come to look over the edge. We've got our own swimming hole back at our camp. Gonna scoop some water and have lunch here on our way back to camp. What a place. Trail's right over there. Camp is right over there, and we're just sitting in some shade because our camp spot is in the sun right now. Tent over there. Creek and little pools over there. We're gonna go relax. It's most of what we've been doing. And we've got our portable bucket and a washcloth so we can, wipe the sweat and bug spray and sunscreen off of ourselves before we go in the water. We've seen some videos of people showing how they wash their clothes and underwear in the water. It's just so disgusting. You are not supposed to do that. Other people drink this water. Bucket, wipe off first. So it's not that hard to just kind of do a quick wipe off and then go in the water. Yeah, then we'll carry the bucket over there somewhere, and that way any sunblock or bug spray or whatever gets dried out and stays over there, not in the water. Aunt Roxana went down there to get in that pool. She'll back up and we'll go in this one. Making some food. Our camp is just across the way. We got a nice big view and flat sandy spot here, so we decided to eat over here. Why not? Yep, camp over there. What a place. And then the creek with the little pools we hang out in is right over there. And the trail is about 100 yards that way. Today we will actually walk about halfway back to the trailhead just to cut off some of our distance and find another camp. Well, look at that. They finally got us. A mouse or something was chewing on that and that last night. It must be the sweat. They were little salt seekers. The night before we heard something moving around, but it didn't actually do any damage. But yeah, something finally got me. Here we are in the morning. We got a little better light on this little pools and waterfall. We're basically just going to spend the day here. And then late afternoon walk halfway out so that tomorrow's walk out is a little easier. There's the top of Half Dome. And you can see a tiny bit of snow out there. I just took a 10-minute walk uphill here from camp. Camp is down there. Now, most of my viewers know we don't do fires for a lot of reasons. There's wildfires everywhere. You got plenty of fires, but if you want one, you can only do one in a established ring, and there are a couple of them back here. We are way back off of the trail. I don't know how somebody would find this. It's kind of interesting thing about Yosemite. Somebody's always been there first. You're not just, everybody else has discovered it. We are way the heck. But yeah, that's a good fire ring, and there's another one down there. I mean, these are some excellent campsites up above Blue Jay Creek, and I especially like how far away from forest these fire rings are, so they are safe. Basically, if a fire ring is unsafe, the rangers are going to find it and dismantle it, and you are not allowed to build new ones. So if it exists, that means it's safe to use. So that's pretty good. And there's another one over here somewhere. What a great area. So nice. We're gonna get our feet in here. Okay, it's still really cold water this time of day. We're not as heated up as yesterday. But feet are tired, huh, Pretty? Yeah. It's nice to soak the feet after all the hiking. There was a lot of wind noise for this part of the hike, but I want to show you the scenes. And also just note that I know we didn't give a lot of details about the hike in this one. That's because I have a whole other video where we went to the top of El Capitan. We did the same hike. We hiked in this area. So I think the only detail I should share with you is that Blue Jay Creek, if you find it on the map, is an excellent camping area on the Yosemite Creek Trail. Other than that, you should see my other Yosemite Creek video. I'll link it in the description. Plenty of good camping here. The trail's a good 100 feet behind me. It's a little ways down, but it's not too hard to get down there. So we got water nearby. Pretty awesome camp area. Well, We did this trailhead years ago to go out to El Capitan, and we parked right there. But this road over here to this campground has gotten so bad that they completely closed the campground until they can get the funding to pave it up again. So we have an additional 250 feet up, no, initial 300 feet up and 2.5 miles to the road out that way. You can kind of see here what was pavement is all gravel, but further up it's just destroyed. This was one of the worst roads I ever drove on. Oh, you can see right over here. Yeah, as you can see here, that's pretty much destroyed. Hopefully they get some paving soon, because there's like 75 campsites in here just going unused. Really nice is we get to dump our trash, use restrooms and picnic tables, because the Park Service is still maintaining that stuff. And just another note, feeding a wild animal is giving it a death sentence. They become beggars, and it just causes so many problems. And improper food storage, $5,000 fine, so many problems around here. So yeah, that's why they have bear cans, and why we carry a bear can. In the winter, we're under 10 feet of snow here. This place is not open at all. And the water, the snow melt coming through, that's what did that. The river, the creek is just right out there, and the creek got so high that it flipped the table over and smashed it. It's crazy when the spring thaw happens. Yeah, I really hope they reopen this soon. What a beautiful campground. These are the sights. I mean, obviously that table needs to be repaired, but and there's so many of them. What a scene. And this is still in, I think this is what you would call walk-in campsites back here. Although there's currently a log blocking the road. You would like drive to a little parking lot and then carry your stuff. That's where we're gonna eat. But wow, just, yeah, what a great walk. Only 2 miles to go. We really got lucky with the weather and the smoke. I don't know how well you can see this, but it is very smoky out here now. There's a fire somewhere out there. We've dealt with a lot of smoke in Yosemite, so to only have to deal with a little bit on our way out is fine by us. It's been very clear the whole time we're here. So we made it back to the truck, no problem. Stopped and took in some of the views. And then went down Tioga Pass and stopped at the mobile gas station. They have an incredible cafe, restaurant, I don't know what you want to call it, but the food is amazing and all kinds. It's not what you expect. Go check it out if you're ever out here. And of course, we finished our trip with a night in the desert. Yep, we'll see you next time.